Hello, everybody.
Welcome back to another episode of Mondays Are For the Nerds. I'm your co-host, Jay Wright.
I'm your other co-host, Tristan Stump.
And thank you for joining us as we recap last week's pop culture news. Very busy weeks for you.
Very busy 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to have a little bit of a break. And then August is going to be here with Gamescom.
Yep.
And it's just nonstop. July, there's bound to be maybe not big showcases, but there's going to be something in July where it's just going to...
And then when you don't, I'll have Odyssey and I'll have San Diego Comic-Con.
Well, this is like the start. This week is the start of like just... There's going to be constantly news on James' part or my part. Yeah. Because the summer is just a good time for them to be like, hey, here's what's coming out for the rest of the year. Mm-hmm. And then come fall, they're like, here's what's coming out. It's like you get the first...
For the winter.
We get the first, 5 months to really relax?
I think so, yeah.
And then it's just June through October is just constantly like...
Boom, boom,
and
boom,
then
boom,
December's
boom, boom.
the Game Awards.
Yes.
So it's...
Well, even I have awards in spring. We can never catch a break
true.
between both of us.
No.
Like April happens and we're like, okay.
I get to sit back in the spring and be like, okay, Jay, will you tell me
who won
what movies
when?
won what, and I will I'll let you know what major Nintendo game came
Exactly. April's our only break.
A little bit of small talk, I guess.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm not finished. I'm continuing through South of Midnight.
Mm-hmm.
And just because I was like, you know what, this is easy to pick up and put down better than Batman or Meet of the Hollower or different things. Or just been,
come back to it.
Yep, that's pretty much it.
That's all you did.
Yeah, because this week I just practice and
work,
practice and writing down the announcements this week and work. So I've not had much chance other than like I'm going back through Shovel Knight. Because being to the Hollower is making me... I'm kind of bouncing back and forth between games. I will want to say right here, at the end of the year when we do our wrap-up, and we, like, you rank your movies you watched, and I rank the games I've played, I am only letting myself rank a game if I've beaten it. So that will also allow me to include games that didn't come out this year, but I beat.
Yes.
But that also is going to lead to a lot smaller list because, you know...
Do you want to throw ones in there that I beat?
Like
007?
Maybe.
No, this is your own personal ranking.
I'll have a lot more of a something to say about the ones I've actually beaten. Yeah. So far that's 2. But I'm getting there.
And it's also just the first half of the year.
Yeah. It will get to the point where I'm, probably a little more. I'll have 2 weeks where it's probably like, oh yeah, I don't know how much going on, because I am already lined up to do another play that practices will probably start for as
immediately
soon
after,
because busy times ahead. But this will be my escape, and doing the Let's Plays and all that.
Exactly.
That's pretty much my small talk. Everything else, it's going to be stuff we talk about here.
Yeah. Like something we both did today.
Oh yeah.
Just before recording, we'll get to. I only did like 2 big things this week. I told you 007 last night.
Yep.
I started at like 10 p.m. thinking, oh, this is close to the end. I can probably wrap this up in like an hour. And wasn't done until 12:40. And I'm like, I am exhausted and I'm tired, but I love this so much.
And to be clear, he finished it for his personal playthrough.
For my personal, yes.
Our playthrough that is, you could clearly see in our recording, is on my profile.
Yeah.
Will continue.
Yeah.
At some point.
Absolutely. Because I want you guys. There's some parts where I'm like, if only people could watch this right now, it'd be so fun. I loved it. I was thinking last night, I don't want to be too soon about it, but has this passed Uncharted in terms of like my favorite video game?
Oh wow.
Possibly. It's for sure past Spider-Man. I'll tell you that. But Uncharted is like a big overcome to become my favorite video game that I've ever played. Red Dead 2 is also up there. I don't know if it's past Red Dead 2, but it's like getting close to Uncharted levels of like, I will always come back to this at least 5 more times in my life to play this game. So good. The action is I'm like a beast at it. It's so fun. It's just I don't want to spoil anything because obviously it just came out, and obviously because we're going to play it more because I want you guys to see it. But dude, once you get the guns and it's not like just training guns, I become a different person. I become a different person. For some reason, I become like amazing at this game. Lenny Kravitz is good. I always forget his name. Lenny James, I think, was good. Patrick Gibson is just fantastic as Bond, but I loved it so much, and I'll probably replay it. I might replay it before the end of the year. I don't know. Depends on how I feel. But the other thing I did was Trent and I went and saw Obsession Sunday night. And we were gonna call him, but he's like, I might be too busy, so I give you full permission to explain the ride back. He was like, every single thing that Nikki did in that movie made him paranoid about Ashley, and then when we got back to his apartment, she was standing outside without us knowing, and we both screamed in the car. But it is a really good, I've already told you this.
Yeah.
It is a really good movie. I'm one that can, like I did with the Primate, I didn't enjoy it. I can recognize how good of a movie it is. I 100% was not having a good time in that theater at all.
Yeah, I just saw the trailer. I'm like, yeah, I have no intention of ever watching that.
Yeah, no. I hadn't seen the trailer. I had seen like clips on TikTok and stuff, but I hadn't seen the trailer. When I showed my parents the trailer when I got home that night, I was like, oh my goodness, had I seen the trailer, I would not be seeing this. No, Obsession was really good. It's so stressful the entire time. Trent and I could both, he looked over at me like 30 minutes in and was like, I cannot sink farther into my seat. And I'm like, I'm right there with you. I'm about to break this thing. Just pushing myself like further away from the screen than I wanted to. It's like rage inducing to a point afterwards, but it's so good. I'd recommend anyone seeing Obsession. And for the wonders it's doing at the box office, which we'll bring it up later. But that is all I did this week in terms of stuff like that, besides the things we'll talk about. Practice, work, all that. But should I get into my releases?
Yes, sir.
And in movies, Thursday, June 4th in theaters, the Amazing Digital Circus The Last Act got a limited release. It said limited. It got a full release. At least it was in the big theaters near us. Feature-length version of the final two episodes 8 and 9 of The Amazing Digital Circus, showing the conclusion of the cast of characters trapped in a digital realm under the mercy of an unstable ringmaster. Friday, June 5th, Scary Movie came to theaters. Two friends find themselves caught up in mayhem involving killers, monsters, and supernatural creatures once again. Power Ballad released. Rick, a washed-up wedding singer, and Danny, a fading boy band star, bond over music in a late-night jam session. When Danny turns Rick's song into a hit, Rick sets out to reclaim the recognition he believes he deserves. Caroline got a limited release. A young woman joins a charming con man on the run, leaving a trail of crime and passion as they hustle through the Southeast in search of her estranged mother. And one of the other big releases of this week, Masters of the Universe released. A young man on Earth discovers a fabulous secret legacy as the prince of an alien planet and must recover a magic sword and return home to protect his kingdom. We both just got out of this.
Yes.
About an hour ago. Thoughts?
Let's see. What did I watch that I said was my favorite movie of the Cheap Detectives?
Cheap Detectives,
I
yes.
said had been my favorite movie of the year so far. It's already been bumped down.
Yeah. By Masters of the Universe.
Masters of the Universe.
It is
Dude,
so good.
It was so good.
It's so good. I told you, as someone who hadn't watched any Masters of the Universe but knows like stuff about it, I was like, this is sick.
It's just so genuine. And
Yeah.
all the fights are awesome.
The fights is so good.
And like I was telling you, it's like fights that we might have gotten to see in more modern iterations of like the cartoon and stuff, but like the original cartoon just didn't get to do a lot of what they did, and it also didn't take itself too seriously. That it turned around to being like, come on, they recognized the ridiculousness of the characters' names,
and they kind of leaned into
the
it.
Universe they're in, but they leaned into it. It was like the
not
right
a, and not
amount.
a self-derogatory way.
Yeah, and not they did the right amount of leaning into it where you're like, it's just, you were in.
Yeah.
If you go in expecting He-Man, if you already know what He-Man is, you're gonna like it.
Yeah.
Take your cynicism and just
shove it out the door.
Shove it out the door and watch this movie. And even if you don't know what He-Man already is, it's fantasy, sci-fi.
Yeah.
All the fights that you made your toys do when you were a kid
happening.
is this movie. And
Dude.
it's just... Oh. Dude, it's so good.
And Jared Leto
actually did a
surprisingly
really,
good as Skeletor.
He was the one part of the cast where I was like, gosh darn it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like everyone else, I'm like, if I don't know them, they looking up like it's gonna, and then
Jared Leto, anything Jared Leto is in now, it's just like, okay.
But this was legit.
The voice,
yeah,
I don't mind it.
Because you know what He-Man, you know what Skeletor sounds like, right? Yeah.
Who doesn't?
They weren't gonna care. They weren't gonna. It's kind of like people are like, oh, Mario movie. What did Chris Pratt like?
Yeah.
It's like, well, it's because. I mean, they could have gotten a guy to do like a Brooklyn, like a hey, like the whole time. But that Mario voice is not going to carry. It's the same with the Skeletor. It's like
you're not going to have
modern
like
age. That Skeletor voice is not carrying a whole movie,
and this is not going to be intimidating. But I will say this: whenever he got like really like excited or like rushed, and some of the laughs sometimes, I could feel it coming out a little bit.
Toe the line, just. I don't know, man. It was just so
good.
And then we went and saw this with my dad, and obviously my dad is the one that grew up with these, and he
did he like it?
Oh yeah, he liked it,
dude.
And he showed me the original cartoon when it got put on Netflix, and then that got me into like I watched the early 2000s cartoon, and which was pretty much it. Like you had the 90s show wasn't anywhere near, and I was like 11, so I'm like, I'm not watching She-Ra. That's for girl. But like, it's just that whole. Same with the other She-Ra. Like at the time, I was like, you know, whatever. But and it's like just the whole He-Man as a world to explore is just, especially with how many different iterations you can do and how many can you explore? Seriously, can you explore it? You know, comedically and just I don't know. It's just very seeing this is just like just so good. The score,
the score. We just talked about this before recording. Brian May from Queen, the guitarist. Anyone who doesn't know that he's the one with the white curly hair. He helped Pemberton with the score, especially the guitar of Eternia. Oh,
and the Eternia theme shows up throughout the whole thing in so many different ways, but not in a way you're like, oh, they're doing this leitmotif again. It's like no, like you're.
It fits into the
thematically. It fits into everything, and just,
you were humming it before we started recording.
Yep.
I told you on the entire way over here I was humming it in my car. I added it to my likes playlist.
And I don't know if this is too much of a spoiler, but rest assured, all the people who are woeing on the internet, "What's Up" is in this movie, or It's called "What's Up." The name of the song is "What's Up." The meme.
Yeah, the meme.
Where meme. That song is in there. Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah,
is in there.
I know. I'm like, whenever they had that, I'm like, is this?
Because it is. It wasn't in the trailer, and that a lot of people thought, well, they're not going to put it in the movie. At least they'll put it in the trailer. And then thinking Street Fighter, wrong nostalgic franchise to choose from.
Exactly.
And so, but no, it's in there. I don't know. I really enjoyed it.
It's so good.
Low
key.
I need this to do well enough for a sequel.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's just gonna.
If it makes, I mean, I feel like it will.
Probably
being an IP that it is, and everyone loves it.
It's one of those IP that somehow will not die.
Yeah.
When you would think.
Yeah.
You know, like even right now, Scooby Doo's not doing so hot, but He-Man is managing to stick around
consistently.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wish Transformers 1 did better.
Dude, I know. Critically, it did. Box office wise, it did not.
And it's Paramount we're talking about here.
That's true. That's true. We won't get into.
We won't get into that. Sort of. We could keep just repeating our praises of this, but I guess when it comes down to it, just go see it.
Go see
it for yourself.
It's a good time.
Yeah, like I said, if you go in and don't go in with that cynicism that all moviegoers and critics go into now with movies. Just go in expecting a genuine, like, it's cheesy when it needs to be.
Yeah. It's camp, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you go in hating or not, like, worried about Jared Leto like I did, you'll probably be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. And maybe it's because he's, CGI'd up the whole time, but...
Can't tell it's him at all. Oh.
And I did like that Skeletor got to be comedic relief, but still the villain.
Yeah.
The biggest praise I can give this movie is they did not make Skeletor a sympathetic villain. They just let him be evil, and
he literally
The movie even points it out that they're like,
Yeah.
dude, that's what they're doing. And it's just,
It's so fun.
Go see it. I'm giving it like an
I'd say 8 or 9.
8 or 9. Yeah.
I'm in the 8 or 9.
I'm in the 8 or 9 territory.
Because you're going to enjoy it regardless. Unless you just hate everything.
Idris Elba.
Oh, dude, he's in such a good era right now. He's in his goofy. It's the back and forth that he and like the robot had was just peak. On streaming, Office Romance released on Netflix. Jackie, president and CEO of Air Cruise, runs a tight ship in her business, including a rigid anti-fraternization policy for all her employees. When a new sexy lawyer begins working for her, that policy becomes very tested. And Mexico 86 dropped on Netflix. Mexico's improbable bid to host the 1986 World Cup was an audacious, against all odds feat made possible only by pure Mexican ingenuity. On TV, Wednesday, June 3rd, The Legend of Vox Machina Season 4 dropped on Amazon Prime Video. Also realized, as we were left recording last week, I forgot to mention that Andy Serkis was cast. Michael Jackson, The Verdict docuseries dropped on Netflix, and Clarkson's Farm Season 5 dropped on Amazon Prime Video. Friday, June 5th, before yesterday, the only release I had was Cape Fear had its series premiere on Apple TV, and then Among Us Season 1 was surprise dropped on Paramount Plus, and then a trailer was released after the fact.
Yeah, that is Jay's one Summer Games Fest announcement.
Sorry.
That was announced at the Summer Games
Oh,
Fest.
it was?
By,
Okay.
yeah.
I was like,
So actually,
I forgot it existed.
it got dropped early, like before Summer Games Fest. Someone was like, I got on Paramount Plus, and
I can watch
Among Us
Among
is
Us.
here.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh no, they did it too early. And then later that evening,
Also, it was legitimately a mistake.
it was a legitimate mistake. It was supposed to drop like that evening.
Oh.
Because Yvette Nicole Brown, and I can't remember what one of the other actresses that's in it.
I mean, Randall Park is the lead one.
No, it was actresses.
Was it Liv Houston? It wasn't Ashley Johnson.
It might have been Liv. I can't remember.
Red hair?
I can't remember. I just remember, dude, watching that whole show. It was 2 hours of just me going, okay, I'm writing this down. I'm writing this down. I'll be excited about this later.
Yeah.
But
I want to watch it.
I watched a clip of it. It seems like funny.
Yeah.
Like
The trailer seemed hilarious. I saw it on TikTok. Yeah, I was just like, what? And on one piece of music news on Toy Story 5, Taylor Swift was confirmed to have an original song in the film titled I Knew It, I Knew You, and it was released on June 5th. And it will focus on Jessie's flashbacks to her original owner, Emily, after returning to her home. It's also released alongside a 13-second clip of a young Emily playing with Jessie. So our first look at Emily, which we'll get to later. And that is all for my releases.
For my releases, I don't have a lot, and I only have a few descriptions because there's just so much to go through that. And a lot of these are, they're kind of self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Like of what they are. But on June 2nd, Fate Keeper released on PC. Venture into a handcrafted world where ruins whisper of past cataclysms. Master the art of sword and sorcery and forge your path with relics, spells, and choices that shape who you become in this first-person RPG. That is from Paraglacial and THQ Nordic. And then we also had Hobby Horse release on PC. Create your own hobby horse and hit the obstacle courses. Slay every ride, win trophies, improve, and become the best hobby horse rider. You know what a hobby horse is, right?
The stick horse, yeah.
The little stick horse.
Low key,
it is
I kind of want to play that.
It is a racing game where you're just riding on a stick horse.
I want to play that.
Looks absolutely hilarious.
What did it release on?
It released on PC, but it's Let's Play.
Okay. Yes. You're right.
Odd Fauna, Secret of the Terrorbeast released on PC, and Unlucky Mummy released on PC. Unlucky Mummy is an incremental clicker where your task is to open a sarcophagus with a curse on it. Starting with a 25% chance of success, can you find 12 relics in a row to resurrect the mummy? That one, I'm like, I can't tell if it's supposed to be funny or if it's supposed
scary.
Yeah.
Because that's, yeah.
June 3rd, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth made its way to Switch 2 and Xbox, and Gombo released on PC. On June 4th, Cal X released on PC. Donkey Kong 64 made its way to the NSO app, and House Flipper Remastered Collection released on PC, PS5, and Xbox. River City Saga Journey to the West released on PC, Switch, and PS5. Swan Song released on PC. The 7th Guest Remake Remake released on all major platforms, and on June 5th, Gothic Remake released on PC, Xbox, and PS5. And that is all my releases for this week that were like major enough for me to bring up, because you notice it's so short because of
a lot of them release.
It's Summer Games Fest week. They hold back on the releases because they don't want to be overshadowed by all the announcements that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But that is my releases.
I'll give you a slight break before you get back into it, because most of my first batch can fit on one screen. And posters this week, we got The End of Oak Street, How to Rob a Bank, Onslaught, Fall 2, Dead Point, The Odyssey, Motor City, and Ice Age Boiling Point. In trailers and teasers, we got a final trailer for Scary Movie before it released in theaters this week. Lucky, releasing July 15th on Apple TV. Ice Cream Man, releasing August 7th in theaters. The End of Oak Street, releasing August 14th in theaters. An Avengers Doomsday parody teaser of Coyote vs. Acme, releasing August 28th in theaters. Did you see that? It said Bugs Bunny will return in Coyote vs. Acme.
Yeah.
So funny. Fall 2, Dead Point, releasing September 2nd in theaters. Onslaught and How to Rob a Bank, both releasing September 4th in theaters. And a teaser for Ice Age Boiling Point, releasing February 5th in theaters. And release dates, only one. Jason Statham Stole My Bike will release on August 6, 2027 in theaters, as it was also revealed. I'm pretty sure the production has wrapped, or filming has wrapped. And in casting, Mason Thames has been cast in Kane, the John Wick spinoff. And that is all for my first batch of miscellaneous.
In my gaming news, I should have brought some water. A Switch 2 port of Monster Hunter Wilds is in development. A release date will come later.
Are these like separate from?
This is separate. So these are all either announced like earlier in the week, or we're just in a bunch of smaller showcases where I only really like chose the major reveals and not just new gameplay trailers.
Yeah.
Everything else will get a little more detailed as we get another look. But this was like, we got to get through this stuff so we can get through the big stuff.
Exactly.
The new entry in Backyard Baseball releases July 9th. Exit 73, the team behind Blood, has announced. You know, remember that one? That was the hand-drawn vampire slayer girl. Has announced their next game, an investigative mystery game titled Hank Shaw, Animal Investigator.
Ooh.
It's said to feature over 1,000, I think, frames of character animation or something like. I can't remember what the details were, but that is all we know about it. No game. I didn't really see any gameplay other than like a dude talking to someone.
Yeah. Animal
Investigator.
Ace Ventura.
Elden Ring Tarnished Edition comes to Switch 2 August 28th. The Switch 2 port of Legacy of the Dark Knight launches September 18th alongside the Mayhem Collection DLC, featuring the playable Joker and Harley scenarios. Toy Story Retro Roundup was announced, featuring all versions of 4 classic Toy Story games. I believe it's Toy Story, Toy Story 2, Toy Story Racers, and then Buzz Lightyear Space Command. Plus A Bug's Life, the video game.
Yes.
This will also come with documentaries and concept art of the games that were in the package, and it launches October 15th alongside a remastered edition of the Toy Story 3 video game,
which I played on the DS.
You're going to play a way different version because the DS version is way different. I played the PS2 version, which I think is the PSP version that was upscaled and put on PS2.
Yeah.
It was around the time when, for some odd reason, the PS2 was still getting games.
Yeah.
Kind of like the PS4 is now.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to get that.
Wild Blue Skies releases August 13th on all major platforms. Bracer, a top-down bullet hell from Curious Fate, releases on PC. Odd Men In announced a Ren and Stimpy-inspired hand-drawn platformer, Oh My Doug, prevent the apocalypse from inside a human body. Beyond the Dark Night Watch was announced, a co-op asymmetrical horror game coming to Switch 2. New trailer for Farsight, a horror game set within the images seen in eye tests, coming to PC. Barbie Rewind was announced to decorate your Barbie dream house with over 250 classic items, as well as a collection of old Barbie games. Releases on all major platforms November 14th. This is now 2 of 3 games that are currently announced to be releasing in November, because everyone is avoiding November like the plague, thanks to Grand Theft Auto. But I would say Barbie is so far out of the target audience of Grand Theft Auto.
They don't have anything to worry about.
I don't think they have much to worry about other than the fact that, like,
Yeah.
Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee Remastered, this is a GameCube game, has been announced. Releases November 3rd, so that's the other one.
There you go.
Action platformer My Otter Friends was announced. Play as an otter exploring a washed away island and helping fellow animals. Coming to PC. We got a new teaser for Chronos The New Dawn Lazarus DLC, a combat-heavy expansion releasing this fall. Fields of Mystria 1.0. This is, imagine if Stardew Valley, an 80s anime, had a baby. I don't know if I've ever talked to you about this game. I've played it a little bit. So. Anyway, it set a release date of August 5th. Or 1.0. It's in early access now. The Mermaid Mask, the sequel to Detective Grimoire and Tangle Tower, has set a release date of July 16th on PC, Switch, Switch 2, and PS5. And finally, Halloween the Game set a release date of September 8th in a story trailer. And then a PlayStation State of Play was on June 2nd. We got a 7-minute gameplay of Wolverine, including a first look at Jean Grey. It releases September 15th. Knights of Doom, which, I mean, Wolverine looks sick. I was already sold from the reveal trailer.
I was too.
It was one of those things where it's like, you don't need, like, this is enough. Don't show me anymore till September. I know you have to for marketing purposes, but
I'm fine.
I'm good.
I'm sold.
Knights of Doom were revealed for Marvel Token Fighting Souls. Doctor Doom, Magneto, Green Goblin, and Carnage makes up that team.
Wait, hold on. That was another one of the 4?
Yeah, so
say them again.
It is Doctor Doom, Magneto, Green Goblin, and Carnage. 2 Spider-Man villains, which I'm like, I kind of wish they could have like made it a little more varied. Yeah. But still, Green Goblin and Carnage is cool, and their designs are awesome. Yeah. And the voice actor for Doctor Doom is
Rob Downey Jr.
No, the voice actor for Doctor Doom is what is his name? I can only ever think of like the username he used to go by. Sung-Wan Cho. He also goes by ProZD was what he used to go by. I don't think he really uses that much now, other than it because it's his recognizable. But he's Doctor Doom.
Does that mean we have all the characters revealed?
Nope. We have Ghost Rider. His team
still
needs to be revealed, and even at the end of this trailer, like one team left to assemble. So
this is the Midnight Suns, hopefully.
I would imagine Midnight Suns. I was talking to Trent about this. Unless they pull a Spider-Man and it's like 3 characters that make sense to team up, and then Star-Lord's there.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like Ghost Rider, Blade. What's another Midnight Sun? Werewolf by Night.
Doctor Strange is in some of them. Moon Knight.
It's like Moon Knight, Blade, Ghost Rider, and Howard the Duck.
Peak. Oh, that caught me off guard.
But anyway, Rayman Legends Retold. It is a remake and reimagining of Rayman Legends, coming to all major platforms October 1st. Additionally, a remastered version of Rayman Origins also releases October 1st and comes included with Retold. Retold is selling for $40.
Ooh.
So you're getting 2 games for $40. And so here's the thing. Some people are like, why are they... The new art style is fine. I wish they hadn't changed Rayman's eyes, but everything else about it looks great. It is so Rayman Legends was pretty much like it was marketed as a sequel and released as a sequel, but it was just another pack of there wasn't even a story. You just got dropped into a hub world and you just beat all the levels. And so this is a 3D remake, but it's still like a 2D platformer that is recontextualizing all the levels with including a new world of new levels into a actual story.
Ooh, okay.
And so pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to that one. A Dave the Diver prequel, Bancho the Chef, was announced. A cooking game now in development. Unseen announced Kamuri, a new action-adventure game about fighting invisible yokai in an open-world city, releases in 2027. Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis has been delayed to February 12th, 2027. Annapurna and Great Ape Games announced a dinosaur survival horror, which is not a new thing. I legit thought it was like Jurassic
World
World game, but no,
another one. We haven't gotten the first one.
we've gotten a lot of Jurassic World games.
I mean, the one that revealed a couple of years ago, we haven't heard anything
Anyway,
about.
this Lost Wild is the name of it. It's coming 2027. We got a new look at Phantom Blade Zero for the first time in a couple of years. A trailer and pre-launch will arrive later this summer. New look at Dune Awakening coming to consoles alongside a single-player mode on launching September 22nd. Dynasty Warriors 3 Definitive Edition Remastered, including new content, releases October 1st. No Rest for the Wicked comes to PS5 alongside a full 1.0 release this October. New gameplay and a release date of Onimusha Way of the Sword was shown. It releases September 25th. New trailer for Silent Hill Downfall releasing September 24th. Ace Combat 8 Wings of Thieves releases October 2nd and includes a remastered version of Ace Combat 0, The Belkin War, as a pre-order bonus. Saber Interactive announced Stuntman Hollywood, a game about practicing stunts for famous movie scenes, including Back to the Future, and I think Knight Rider was seen in there somewhere.
I think I also saw the Dom's car in Fantastic Four. I might have been, but I'm getting that.
So it looks cool.
Yeah.
We got a new trailer for narrative horror game Ill releasing in 2027. We got a trailer for Marathon Season 2 Nightfall releasing June 2nd. RuneScape Dragon Wilds comes to PS Plus this fall. Gitaru Man comes to PS Classics this month. Psyops The Mindgate Conspiracy comes to PS Classics in July. And Onimusha Dawn of Dreams comes to PS Classics in August. Until Dawn 2 was announced, which, like, personally I haven't, they're not my kind of games, but it's still like, holy crap, Until Dawn 2. Like, that's just awesome. It includes it follows a group filming a documentary on a remote haunted island coming in 2027. Things quickly turn for the slasher.
Yeah.
Although it is like before, everyone can live or everyone can die. It depends on what choices you make. And then finally, God of War Laufey was announced. The next God of War game. This time focusing on Laufey's journey in the afterlife of the gods during the events of both God of War and God of War Ragnarok.
Yes.
No release date was given, but as much gameplay as we saw, we got 20 minutes of the opening uninterrupted. Uninterrupted. I don't know if so there was some parts where it made me look like it got cut around a little bit, or they kind of rushed through things a little bit. But I would guess, even though they gave no release date and they're like, it's in development, at the earliest, this is a late summer 2027 game.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looked awesome.
And Jack Quaid
voices Frank the Slime Cube, which people are like split on whether or not their suspension of disbelief is cut off by suddenly there's Dungeons and Dragons elements in there, when the whole point of this one is Afterlife of the Gods. It's gods across.
Yes, I saw some Japanese or Asian stuff in there.
Egypt.
Yes.
There's an Egyptian goddess.
Which does that mean Kratos already killed him?
Well, I would guess this means that we're going to see a return of some Greek characters from the original series of God of War games, which are still canon. Like it's God of War 2018 is after all that.
Yeah.
So we will, and I guess the return of some characters that die in.
Yeah.
God of War and Ragnarok.
Yeah.
But
I love they showed the clip of when God of War Ragnarok, when Thor kills Kratos
someone lined it up.
Like 20 seconds, and then just the shot of him talking to Freya, and then like Thor's like, I'm not done with you yet, and pulls him back out.
So it's
sick.
Very exciting. That state of play was all right. Like a lot of exciting things.
Was like, okay.
A lot of people were actually like, a lot of the game reviewers and stuff that I had watched react to it were like, no, it was pretty solid. But for me, it was like Wolverine, exciting to see more of. I'm excited for Marvel Tokon. Rayman was cool, and then God of War was cool. Yeah. Everything else, I was like, this does something for someone and not for me.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've talked about it before. A lot of PlayStation's like showcase is, I hope you like gritty, realistic samurai games.
Yes. Oh yeah.
And which is fine, like it's cool, but it's just it gets a little old when you see like so many trailers. It's like, is it a horror game or is it swords? Like,
and then when it's not those, it's gonna be some alien planet.
It's like, please give me Astrobot 2.
Dude, don't even play with me.
Summer Games Fest was held on June 5th, and I actually have it written down on the notepad in my on my phone because I was like rapidly. So, Resident Evil Code Veronica remake, just titled Resident Evil Veronica, was announced for 2027. A new hand-drawn entry in the Cuphead franchise is in development. So Cuphead 2 is, but alongside that was announced Mighty Cuphead Adventure, a pixel retro-style Cuphead platforming game that is coming out on all major platforms and the Sega Master System.
Oh,
They're making like a cartridge, like so it will be able to play. Which a couple of games like that Rugrats game switch to graphics or anything. So that was very cool to see. It was announced in a very funny like trailer where they had like a Cuphead puppet.
I saw that.
Anyway, it was pretty cool. And so a teaser for Alien Isolation 2 was shown. I don't think a release year was given. We got a first look at Gen Axis, I believe is the name, a new game from creator of Eco and Shadow Colossus. You're like climbing giant robots and fighting them, and it looked cool. This is the first new look at gameplay since it was teased a few years ago.
Yeah.
We got a new game about war in China titled Blood Message that will be coming at some point in the future. We got a new look at Stranger Than Heaven. We got a cast reveal of a bunch of people, and let me just go through. I don't have everybody, but I have some written down. Yu Shirota, Dean Fujioka, Snoop Dogg, Tori Kelly, and Tupac, which I'm
wild. You
Wild.
go like, don't see this, and I'm like, is it on this guy's film? You're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, and then like 2 seconds later,
You sent me the screenshot of that. And I was like, it releases January 15th, 2027. It's weird to have Tupac in there. It's just, I don't know.
Like, obviously, his family had to like clear it.
Yeah, his
like,
family cleared it, but it's also like at the same time, the man's been dead for so long, and in a day and age where AI is I'm kind of worried. Like, are they just doing archive footage of if Tupac talks? Are they getting an impersonator to voice him, or are they like, I don't know. But I'm like mixed on that. Where it looked cool, but that's weird. Yeah, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
And then Snoop Dogg gave an update on Death Row Games, the game company he started with his son. They will have announcements in the next few months.
Ooh, I didn't know he started a game.
Yeah, he announced at the Game Awards, not last year, but the year before.
Year before.
We got a new look at Hex, an open-world sci-fi game from Dead Astronaut coming in 2027. Dead by Daylight had its 10th anniversary teasing. I have no idea who they were supposed to tease because they don't have enough of knowledge in horror. Because Dead by Daylight, their big thing is they get horror icons to be in it.
Yeah.
And so for the 10th anniversary, it's like, who are they going to get? We already know Jason's coming, so I didn't think it was a teaser for that. Maybe Leatherface. I could have sworn they already had Leatherface. A bunch of body parts are lying around a birthday party as someone creepily sings Happy Birthday, and there's balloons everywhere. So maybe Pennywise, but I could have sworn they already had Pennywise. But it's the birthday party's at a farm, so that's why I thought maybe Leatherface.
Or Pearl... But that's not birthday.
No, and then bunch of disembodied parts everywhere. Yeah. I don't know. But I hated it the whole time I watched it. Mortal Shell 2 got a trailer, and open beta is now live. We got a trailer for Tiny Build's Sands Raiders of Sophie. We got a trailer for Assassin's Creed Black Flag Remastered coming July 9th. An announcement for the newly formed Paramount Games Studio. It was like announced that had been formed before the Summer Games Fest yesterday when it aired. And then it was announced later that day in Summer Games Fest that Paramount Game Studio and Platinum Games are teaming up to make the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Last Ronin game. We just got a teaser. No gameplay. Like, some people are calling it a trailer. I would not call it a trailer.
No, it's a teaser.
It is a teaser. Ben Starr presented some new Fortnite trailers featuring his character, the Visitor, elemental sprites, and as like a new gameplay gimmick, and John Wick. Capcom's Gundam Rogue Orbit was announced for 2027, first new Gundam game in a long time. A new co-op game about geese carrying their eggs across an adventure was announced, titled An Extremely Hard Game, releases July 24th. Global announcement.
Let's play.
Oh, yeah. Global announcement. That's No Moon's narrative shooter game Crossfire was announced, or gameplay was shown. Follows 2 agents from opposing agencies who must team up to face a mysterious threat. Remedy gave a new look at Control Resonant, releasing September 24th. That is another game coming out that weekend of September. We got a new entry in the Guild Wars franchise, Guild Wars 3. That was announced. Beta launches in fall of 2027. We got a new trailer for Star Wars Galactic Racers launching October 6th. We got trailer for End of Abyss coming October 1st. Tiny Build's zombie apocalypse fishing exploration game Last Harbor got a trailer. Virtua Fighter Crossroads got a new look, the next game in the Virtua Fighter series coming in 2027. We got a new look at RuneScape Dragon Wilds. Switch 2 had a sizzle reel. Trailer for Soulframe Preludes. It's like it is a demo for Soulframe, launching either now or soon. That part I didn't catch because I was too busy writing it down. Obsidian Entertainment showed a new expansion trailer for Grounded 2 coming August 11th, I believe titled Into the Abyss. Trailer for Mafia: The Old Country Man of Honor expansion coming August 14th. We got a new trailer from Assassin's Creed creators' new game, 1666 Amsterdam. A prologue demo is available now on PC. It follows a witch during the Salem witch trials or something. Billy the Puppet from Saw came on stage to announce Saw Genesis, a new 3v1 player Saw survival horror game from Bloober that is set 100 years before the events of the first movie.
Jeez. How does...
Trailer for Lords of the Fallen 2 is releasing this fall. Star Wars Zero Company got a new trailer and a first look, a strategy RPG coming August 27th, including a look at Anakin Skywalker in the game. Very excited for that one. A new announcement trailer for vampire action game Blood of the Dawnwalker was shown, coming September 3rd. Innersloth revealed a new standalone game, Among Us Story, on Guard. So it's like a story mode Among Us, but it's its own thing. Got its own art style and stuff. The Among Us TV series is now streaming on Paramount Plus. 007 First Light teased a new story mission coming later this year. Teasing Goldfinger.
I need to go back and watch the video.
Yeah, the very end.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell if that was supposed to be Goldfinger because they had gold on their finger.
Barma's coming back.
Barma is coming back. We got another Switch 2 sizzle reel. Trailer for Gothic Remake. Trailer for Ion coming in September. Trailer for new Cyberpunk content coming to Wuthering Waves on June 8th. New expansion announcement for Monster Hunter Wilds Ascendance is coming in 2027. We got a trailer for Swords of Legends. Announcement for Hot Wheels Infinite Rush, the next Hot Wheels racing game coming September 24th. There's another one for that weekend. Sega announces Year 2 content for Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Evangelion characters and race and tracks for those will appear, as well as Godzilla.
Yes.
Pico Park. I don't know if anyone knows that game, but it is making a Sonic Pico Park. As part of the 35th anniversary of Sonic. We got a new announcement for Attack on Titan 3 from Koei Tecmo. It covers the events of the entire series. We got a new open world driving game from Maverick Games titled Clutch. We got a trailer for Chronicles Medieval. We got a new look at Sea of Remnants from NetEase. We got a trailer for Capcom Summer Game Sale featuring Bootleg Southern Ryu. Jay watched that later. It was hilarious.
Was it Capcom?
Yeah. Capcom. Yeah, I'll pull it up. Okay. We got a trailer for the Wiz Khalifa content coming to Hitman. We got a trailer for Pal World 1.0 releasing July 10th. And this one was probably my favorite announcement of the whole thing. It's tied with the last announcement of the day. But Wolf Among Us 2 got its second reveal trailer. It is a Wizard of Oz focused murder mystery coming in 2027. Wolf Among Us Remastered is coming later this year.
Ooh,
dude, Wolf Among Us is.
I don't think I've ever played that. I've never played that.
It's a Telltale game.
That's what I thought. I don't know they're still
based
making
on
games.
the Fable comic book series. It's like set before.
Yeah,
dude, it is so good. I
know
played
Hayden's. That's like one of Hayden's favorites.
Yeah, me, Hayden, Jacob, Melody all played it together. And so I like immediately texted that old group chat that hadn't been touched in like 10 years to be like, hey, guys, it's finally coming out. But yeah, finally coming out next year after years of development, like 2019 summer. The Game Awards.
Announced?
It was announced.
Ooh.
So, yeah. We got a new announcement. Stellar Blade Blood Rain, a new game in the Stellar Blade series. Street Fighter 6 is getting Year 4 content. Yasmin, Arjun, Bosch, and Tifa from Final Fantasy VII are teased as fighters. And the final announcement of the night was Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 got its title, Revelation. It is coming to all platforms simultaneously this spring. Matt Mercer, who is the voice of one of the characters in the game, narrated the gameplay trailers, and it was later announced after the show that Travis Willingham has replaced Tyler Hoechlin in the role of Sephiroth, Superman from...
I was trying to think who
he was apparently... They only gave the vague answer he was unavailable for this game. But Travis Willingham is replacing him, and we got a big look at gameplay of Sid and all those characters just fighting, and very cool that we're finally getting the conclusion to this after so long of waiting for the first one to even come out, and now and it's coming to Switch 2. It's coming to everything day one. It's not going to be a timed exclusive to PlayStation like the last two were. So pretty awesome. And then Day of the Devs was held shortly after. That was a pretty solid Summer Games Fest. That was the first Summer Games Fest in a while where I wasn't just sitting there like, just get to the next thing. Like, even if I was like enjoying myself thoroughly. Day of the Devs was held shortly after on June 5th. Messoff, the creators of Nidhogg.
Is that the one that Shane and Damien play all the time on Smash?
Yeah. They've revealed their next game, Blood Dungeon, a hand-drawn chaotic shooter platformer coming this summer. Tenebris Samana from Cybot Studios is a live-action retro-style survival horror game coming October 16th. So it's like Pixel, like old King's Quest, like you're going through, and then it will randomly turn live-action. And it's really creepy. Glee Cheese presents Mr. Records, a hand-drawn rhythm game about a magical old man who can travel through music. Thunder Lotus announced 33 Immortals, a 33-player co-op action roguelike coming June 10th. Creepy fantasy fishing game Dreadmore is coming later this year. Ryu Games announced JRPG Threads of Time, a time-traveling adventure coming soon. We got a new look at Rubber Hose style-inspired beat-em-up The Into the Unwell coming in 2027. Paper Frog announced Bub, a narrative adventure about making art, has a hand-drawn colored pencil art style. Looks very pretty. First-person shooter Lazy River was announced, a co-op game set in a giant space station / water park as you and your friends fight pea-laden zombies.
Wait, hold on.
Pea-laden.
What does that mean?
Like covered in pea.
Okay, that's what I thought. I'm like, did I mishear?
Laden, Laden.
Yeah.
It's a word. We got a new look at narrative RPG Ithaca coming soon to Kickstarter. 2D/3D platformer Screenbound has set a release date of September 10th. Creepy cozy mystery game Apple Crumble is an investigation game about solving your grandma's murder on her 84th birthday. Releases later this year. Interactive comedy game Slap Out of It is a puzzle game where you slap everything, featuring Ben Starr. And then Trine 6 releases September 17th, and Super Ukulele Kart was announced. It is a kart racer featuring characters from Ukulele and features a rage mechanic in which frequently getting hit by items fills a rage meter that gives the player an advantage in the race. And that is all my gaming news. If I missed anything, it's going to be there next week. Because tomorrow, as of recording this, tomorrow is the Xbox game showcase. And there is rumored to be a Nintendo Direct on either just the week in general. I'm going to say positively we're probably getting one next week. Yeah. But there are rumors of the date being Tuesday. Yeah. So, more next week. More talking nonstop for me next week for probably 30 minutes, I think that was.
By the way, you'll have a guest co-host next week.
Oh, yeah. Next week, Trent is joining me.
Trent will join. I'll be out of town.
Yep.
So, and my second match miscellaneous, and new looks got new clips from Tuner, Masters of the Universe, before it was released. And first look at polar bears in the Minecraft movie Squared, a new clip from Toy Story 5, and as we previously mentioned, our first look at Emily, a first clip from Girls Like Girls, and a new look at the titular character in Ray Gun. We got some first looks at By Any Means. First look at Mark Wahlberg and Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. The film follows a hitman and FBI agent who team up to investigate the murders of civil rights leaders in the 1960s. And we got a first look at Meb and the Wolf Pups, the first look at the Wolf Walkers prequel series from Cartoon Saloon. It follows Meb growing up with her wolf pack and learning to be a wolf walker. In box office, The Backrooms opened with $81.5 million domestically. It's the fifth biggest domestic opening for a horror film ever, and it was already A24's second highest grossing film of all time domestically. Kane Parsons is officially the youngest director to ever have a number one film at the domestic box office in its opening weekend at only 20 years old, and has become A24's highest-grossing film of all time domestically in just 5 days of release. And it's currently at, as time of recording, $177.9 million. The Mandalorian Grogu earned $25 million in its second weekend, a 69.4% drop. It's currently at $258.4 million. Obsession continues to rock the box office. It earned $26.4 million in its third weekend, which is a 10% increase. And to put that in perspective, in weekend 1, it earned $16 million. Weekend 2, it went up 30%, earning $22.4 million. And in weekend 3, it went up another 10%, earning $26.4 million. It will become one of the most profitable movies of all time, eyeing a $250 million plus box office finish on a budget of just $750,000. And as of recording, it is currently at $178.8 million. The Amazing Digital Circus: The Last Act was number 1 at the domestic box office on June 4th, earning $7.8 million in its opening day. Scary Movie earned $24.7 million in its domestic opening day and is now tracking to have the biggest opening weekend of the franchise. And original horror and younger audiences are dominating the box office, with The Backrooms and Obsession making over $100 million collectively last weekend, and around 80% of those moviegoers were under 35, as see today that 3 out of the 5 top 5 spots will be like. And on our box office draft, I currently sit at $860,727,074 with Michael, and Stummy currently sits at $995,037 with the Super Mario Galaxy movie. But your backup, we finally get to add one to this.
Yeah, my backup,
Masters of the Universe, as of recording, is at $11,795,692.
I had 4 more movies. Like I had to pick 6 movies, right?
Yeah. 5 to go with and a backup. So you also have Supergirl.
Yep, Supergirl.
Sunrise on the Reaping. I'm trying not to look back at my. It was like week.
I think everything I picked was like an original movie. Was
a
sequel.
Mario,
basically.
Masters, Supergirl, Hunger Games. Did you have Hexed on there?
No, I don't. I think I almost went with Hex and I decided not to.
I have it in my notes app. I'm just not looking at it.
Yeah, just look it up because I can't remember. Avengers. Didn't I get Avengers or did you get Avengers?
No, you had. So you did have Hexed.
Okay.
Hexed, Mario, Sunrise on the Reaping, Moana.
That's
the other one that came out this summer. Supergirl, and then Masters of the Universe backup. So like with the exception of 2 weekends in June and July, we will have a new edition every week between the two of us.
I'm thinking.
And we're gonna decide in November for sure.
Depending on how He-Man does, it might replace Moana.
Yeah.
Moana or Hexed are the two that I'm almost kind of scared because reaction to Hex's reveal was kind of mixed enough where I'm like,
But Moana, if it's like the first one, or Moana 2, will make bank.
But we will see.
We'll see. We don't have to officially call it until November.
No.
So that's when we'll both have 2 that have not been released.
Because we also need to see how He-Man does in the box office. Because my luck tends to be, knock on wood, that I love something, therefore everyone else is going to hate it. But
I mean, you got Mario, and it's like,
oh yeah,
$995.
It's still in theaters.
Yeah, it's still in theaters. And new announcements: a Street of Rage movies in the works. Pat Casey and Josh Miller behind Sonic the Hedgehog will write the script, and James Samuel, who directed The Harder They Fall, is set to direct. A Gene Wilder biopic is in the works. Anna Kendrick is set to direct a film adaptation of The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. The story follows a young journalist's interview with Evelyn Hugo, who pulls back the curtain on her 7 marriages. Backrooms 2 is in the early works, with Kane Parsons currently looking for a screenwriting collaborator to work on the sequel. A War Machine sequel is in the works at Netflix. Sydney Sweeney will star as Katrina Van Vassel in Hollow, directed by Lindsay Beer. The film reimagines the Legend of Sleepy Hollow novel through the POV of Katrina Van Tassel as the central figure in a dangerous mystery and supernatural love triangle. Jake Johnson and Damon Wayans Jr. will reunite and star in a comedy inspired by The Cable Guy, with a pilot ordered by Hulu. And then Henry Cavill's been cast alongside Kevin Hart in MCG's new action comedy for Netflix. It follows, do you see this? Follows 2 rival spies who find themselves in a prenatal class while their wives become best friends. I do have a couple miscellaneous mentionables. 3 new IMAX locations will open in India through the AMB Cinemas brand. The first will open at AMB Classic in Hyderabad, co-owned by Mahesh Babu, ahead of the release of Varanasi. Zack Snyder set to direct the remake of Escape from New York, which was previously announced at CinemaCon. Minions and Monsters will feature a 15-minute sequence spoken entirely in Minionese. I'm going to hate it. The logo was revealed for the animated Ghostbusters show, officially titled Ghostbusters Night Shift, and is officially releasing on Netflix in 2027. That is all for my miscellaneous news. No anniversaries, no pop culture this week.
Going right to anime news. Thank you, Jay, for getting this for me.
You're welcome.
New announcements. Paradox Live, the animation, has been announced as a feature film. The Seven Knights of the Mariner Kingdom anime adaptation is in production for a planned October 2026 release. Fired, but I maintain all the software will receive a TV adaptation. Overgeared anime adaptation has been announced, set for premiere in October 2026. Jiu-O Mugen Dandivine anime has been announced for October 2026. The buddy cop manga Gifted will get an anime adaptation. And Heavily Armed High School Girls has been announced for 2027. In release dates, Heroine Saint No, I am an all works made and proud of it. Releases July 1st. July 3rd, Hell Mode Season 2. July 4th, Skeleton Knight in Another World Season 2 and The Cat and the Dragon. July 6th, A Livid Lady's Guide to Getting Even. July 7th, Victoria of Many Faces. July 8th, Trapped in a Dating Sim and the World of Otome Games is Tough for Mob Season 2. Jay said, here we go again with the synopsis titles. That is not much of a synopsis title.
It's not.
I'm going to let you know.
But...
In fact, Heroine Saint, No, I'm an All Works Made is more of
That's more of one. I almost put it for that one. I'm like, no.
But it is... I watched Season 1, and I'm honestly shocked Season 2 is even a thing, because Season 1 was like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how animes do. And then July 9th, Mebius Dust releases. And that is all my news for this week.
I have a couple comic books, not a lot. On DC, Supergirl, I've got a new look at Millie Alcock as Supergirl, a new look at Jason Momoa as Lobo, new character posters, new IMAX poster, a final trailer was released, and we got our first clip, which featured our first look of the Super family all together. Some new news on Man of Tomorrow, first look at Lex Luthor in his mech suit, and it will have a time jump of around 2 years, which is around the time the movies came out. And then Discussing Fish said a first look at Mr. Freeze and like Batman 2, and almost got me for a little bit. The Batman Caped Crusader, we got our first look at Mad Hatter, Joker, Riddler, and Scarecrow in Season 2, as well as our first look at Carrie Kelly as a Grey Ghost. Releases on July 31st on Prime Video. In Marvel, we got our in Avengers Doomsday, we got our first look at the Latveria flag, a new poster, a new look at Spider-Man for Spider-Man Brand New Day. And Tom Holland says he wants to, quote, repay the favor by having Spider-Man appear in an MCU TV episode with the Punisher, saying, quote, let's see what an R-rated version of Spider-Man looks like. Sony will not allow that. In number of appearances, in our second episodes, we have The Backrooms, The End of Oak Street, a Minecraft Movie Squared, and Spider-Man Brand New Day. Third episode in a row, we have Masters of the Universe, Supergirl, Toy Story 5. Obsession's on its 5th episode, Michael's on its 6th, and the Super Mario Galaxy movie is on its 10th episode. First time in a while we've had one get into the double digits. In celebrity deaths, we have Matt Brown was 42, Alaskan Bush People star Ronald LaPrade was 75, bassist and co-founder of the Commodores. Joe Negri was 99, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood handyman and jazz guitar virtuoso. Rick Treadway was 56, former IndyCar driver. Owain Reese Davies, Twin Peaks and the OA actor, was 44. Peebo Bryson was 75, singer of Beauty and the Beast and Tonight I Celebrate My Love. Dwayne Ollinger was 68, star of Discovery's Mystery at Blind Frog Ranch. Wei Zhongwan was 87, Chinese actor known for 1911. Newt Husibo was 80, Norwegian visual artist and actor known for Life and Death and Julia. Cole P. Harris was 19, U.S. actor known for Shiloh and the Unbros. Anthony Stewart Head was 72, known for Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Ted Lasso actor, among a lot of others. Marjane Satrapi was 56, Oscar-nominated Persepolis author. James Handy was 81, Jumanji and Top Gun Maverick actor. Chunchuna Villafane was 92, Argentinian actress known for The Official Story and Private Lives. And Max Clevin was 92, the second unit director for Who Framed Roger Rabbit. My sources this week were Movie Insider, IMDb, Deadline, Variety, Hollywood Reporter, Empire, Entertainment Weekly, The Wrap, The Numbers, and of course Discussing Film.
My sources this week were IGN discussing film, Nintendo Everything, Nintendo Life, GameSpot, Crunchyroll, and the official sites and socials of these studios mentioned today. And I did fail to mention one piece of news.
Yes.
Amazon acquired full rights to James Bond
Yes.
after IO
I forgot about
Interactive
that.
had already agreed to make First Light, making the future of the First Light games or any James Bond game in Amazon's hands. We're hoping the IO comes back.
Yes.
At the very least, it seems they want to keep adding to First Light. So
Yes.
we'll at least get a year, I would guess, of more missions coming to First Light, but we'll see.
Hopefully that doesn't.
That was one last news thing that I completely forgot, but that is a thing that happened, or that was made apparent this week. And so now on to our tier list. 5 more Pixar villains will be ranked as how good they are going to be at being school principals.
If we trust our students going
next
there.
up, we have
Darla
from Finding Nemo. This is another child.
Yes.
D tier.
Below Sid?
Yes.
I would say below Sid because she like harms animals. Whereas Sid just plays with toys. Syndrome. Literally kidnaps a child.
Yeah. Actually, he was going to raise a child to be his
True.
his evil successor. So S tier. You know what the S on his?
That is true.
It stands for sitter.
For what?
Sitter. He wanted to put babysitter, but you know how that would turn out.
S tier.
Are we legit?
That's what I'm like. Like before I just move on, we want to rethink that.
No, let's be honest. He'd probably be more like B.
I would say B. I wouldn't say he's quite water news.
No.
But I would say below Randall.
In another world where he didn't, go crazy because he never meet your heroes.
Yeah. He'd be an S tier, I'd say.
Yeah.
A or S.
So, yeah.
Below Randall. Above Randall.
Below. Randall at least has to have a little bit of good left in him, right?
Yeah, because he had some good at Monster University till he was, got with the wrong crowd. Chick Hicks.
Chick Hicks.
Kachiga.
I feel like that is... What do I feel like he's also D tier?
I feel like I would say C.
C? You think C?
Because I can see him being one that everyone hates.
Okay.
I wouldn't see him as the problem.
Maybe
of
like a PE coach?
Yeah. There was like... We don't have anyone else.
He used to be, the star quarterback that's not a PE coach and relives his glory days through his students.
Yeah.
But not principal.
No. D, below Hopper.
Yeah.
I would trust Hopper over him. Also, you don't want that mustache. Chef Skinner.
Chef Skinner.
Listen, he just didn't want a rat in his kitchen.
Yeah. And he also murdered somebody. But that's beyond the point.
Wait, did he really?
Isn't it like implied that he killed Gusteau?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
So
I need to rewatch Ratatouille and not around kids.
So S tier?
I would say I was gonna say A tier.
Murder aside, I feel like he would take the job very seriously.
He would. I would say
it was almost like without the murder part, he's just a dude trying to do his job well.
Yes, FDA.
He might be a little like personally motivated.
Yes.
Like he's very selfish, but
But
if he hadn't murdered the principal before him to get his job, A tier.
I would say at least above Syndrome, because Syndrome murders multiple people.
It's true.
Skinner might have murdered one.
Yeah.
Is the grist we're going at. Below Stinky Pete? Are you saying what? Are you saying A tier?
I'm saying I could see him being an A tier.
Below Stinky Pete?
Below.
Because I think Stinky Pete still kind of didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
And finally, I don't remember what his name is.
The Hal 3000 basically.
Okay.
Basically the ship from
Wall-E.
From Wall-E.
He took care of a lot of
a lot of people to their detriment.
Yes.
So I'm going to say high C.
High C? I was going to say low B, high C.
Yeah.
Above Water News?
Above Water. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And above, Water News literally
because at least...
At
least the ship is harming people on accident.
Yes.
Water News is like, I love your children. Fears. I'm going to make them scream and power my house. And my Tesla. Because Waternoose would have a Tesla.
He would. He absolutely would.
Is that 5?
That is 5, yes. Because I know that you guys start out with these 5, and I'm low-key jealous. So to recap, we still don't have anyone we fully trust teaching our children.
I do have one, but anyway.
Wait, who? Oh, no. You messed up. Okay, there we go.
Anyway.
He tapped a one that's coming up next week. But as of right now, we don't have anyone in S tier. A tier, we have Stinky Pete and Chef Skinner. B tier, we have Randall and Syndrome. C tier, we have the robot or the ship from Wall-E, Henry J. Waternoose, Hopper, and Chick Hicks. And in D tier, we have 2 people who are probably psychopaths grown up. Maybe serial killers. Sid and Darla.
Working as a garbage man, you'd be able to dispose pretty easily of.
That is true.
On that note, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all those interactive things. It is a miracle that we managed to fit all this news. We're getting better. We're getting better. We need to get better at discussing more like we used to. But
when it's all of this onslaught
when it's an onslaught, it's just kind of, especially when all of it's stuff that I'm like, I want to mention this because it's exciting. Especially the Cupman stuff and the Final Fantasy VII Revelations, dude.
Dude, Cuphead, I tried to play solo. Impossible. I wanted to throw my controller through the window. And it's just the first level.
It's the tutorial. He didn't even
it's
make
the tutorial. I'm like, I can't. I hate
it's that. It's like that one Let's Play.
Was it the slinging one where we played?
I can't remember what Let's Play it is, but there's a Let's Play of Cuphead where they don't even play the actual game because they treat the tutorial on purpose.
Yeah.
Treat the tutorial like it's so hard they can't get past it and they get mad at the tutorial.
Yeah.
I can't remember which YouTuber did that. Maybe Trent might remember.
Dude, Cuphead 2 Let's Plays. Knowing our
when
luck,
it's out in 2032. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If we ever do a Let's Play of Cuphead, dude, we'll jokingly be like, oh, this is so hard, and then I will get frustrated.
You're gonna get
and
legit mad.
I'll get legit mad, and then that will affect me actually trying and still failing.
Yeah.
It's just but hey, content.
Everything we do for content.
We do.
Anyway, on that note, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all those interactive things. Be sure to follow the podcast on most social medias at Mondays for Nerds, and follow me at Sir Stumpsalot or Sir Stumpsalot 17.
Follow me at Chris M. Pratt Fan or Poe the Panda 001.
And be on the lookout for more Let's Plays and podcasts from us. Batman Part 2 is coming. There's just been some technical difficulties.
Yes.
But we
hope you enjoy Trent next week.
Oh, yeah. We hope you enjoy just all the stuff we've got planned.
Yes.
And go watch He-Man.
Absolutely.
Go watch He-Man and play
007.
007. All right.
Goodbye.
Bye.